week. It's no different than our game 3 against Minnesota. So we've been in this position before. We know what it takes to get out of this position, and it's just going to take a huge effort from everyone. And we win this game, we're in a great spot in the series. So we're all looking for our best effort today.
From your standpoint, how does that feel when you're out on the ice? Like, I mean, game 4 against Minnesota, it looked great. So then, does it feel great? And then the last game here, or the game 3 against Minnesota, do you feel something different?
No, I mean, it's just how it goes sometimes. So, I'm not perfect.
The puck goes in.
Yeah, I'm not perfect, and nothing changes for me as far as how I prepare. And I've got to this point doing all the things that I do, and I feel really confident that I can shake that off and have a great performance tonight.
Do you have a routine to reset mentally, win or lose? Like, is it the same thing every game? Or?
Yeah, just the sun comes up the next day no matter what happens. So just enjoy it, and it's a great atmosphere in here, and I'm just looking forward to getting back in the net tonight. And that's the nice thing about playoff hockey is I got pulled last game, and less than 48 hours later I was going to be in that crease again. So I feel great right now, and just excited for tonight.
Pete's talked about your strength is your technicality, how well you play technically in the crease. Is that something that you rely on when kind of the pressure is there and you're in the crease and stuff like that?
For sure, yeah. You need a great foundation to play this position, and that's why you work on the little things every day, the tedious things, and that's what you need to rely on when the pressure gets high and gets stressful and stuff. So I feel confident in my game and just excited for tonight.
You see Miro probably as good as anybody from your seat.
Yeah.
What does he do? Just a little bit of everything? Is it just calm?
Everything. Yeah. He anything you need him to do, he can do, and he's one of the best defensemen in the league. And I'm just happy that he's in front of me every night, and just feel bad for him looking at his face and stuff right now. That's tough, and but we need him. He's one of the leaders on this team, and he's a great player.
What was your view?
What'd you say?
How do you look to you out there just now?
He looked great. I didn't see him much. He looked great.
What was your view of that play? Did the puck hit Suter on the way?
I think it deflected off his stick and then just hit Miro on the face.
Like, it looked also too like you were stunned, like, and you're tracking the puck, I know, but I slowed it down and you looked to your left.
Yeah.
Like, did it obviously distract you from what happened a second later?
Yeah. Well, yeah, and then just obviously, that's just like the bounces, right? Like, it's a terrible bounce. It's your best defenseman in the face. Blows up his cheek pretty much, and then the guy gets it in front of the net. It's all along, so that's the bounces that happen against you sometimes. So hopefully we got all those out last game.
You were talking after winning game 2 about, you said, I'll probably give up another 4-goal period sometime.
Yeah.
I doubt you were thinking about game 3. Do you think that's out of the system now?
Yeah. I think I maybe jinxed myself, so I got that out of the system, and looking to not do that again, that's for sure.
They have a very hard forecheck. It seems like you and Miro are a lot key to that. Do you communicate? Is it a great forecheck? Because it looks like it from us.
Yeah, they're just so fast and come at you in waves, and it's just like so important when I do handle it, I got to put it on our D's tape, put it in a good spot, because it seems like every time I fumble it back there, that turns into a scoring chance. So if I can get it to our D quickly, we can break it out, and that means less time in our zone, which is huge, obviously. So that's a big focus point for me is breaking the puck out well.
And then what does Miro mean to diffusing the forecheck?
Yeah,
like he's really key to it.
Totally, yeah. He's just special. He can. Sometimes when I throw a puck in Reeser's feet when I'm practicing handles, I'd say Miro would have been able to handle that. So he can do anything back there, and I'm just happy that his injury wasn't serious and he can play tonight.
How much were your parents a part of you getting this bug to give? Because I've read stories before where that's a big part of how you decided to do some of the charity things you do as your dad, I think, kind of put that in your brain.
Yeah, well, my dad and my mom are obviously huge influences in this. They were the ones that, I had an idea what I want to do, but they knew I was focusing a lot on hockey, so they kind of got the ideas, working with DOS Stars and everyone and the hospitals and whatnot, and we were able to create some programs and ideas.
Did your dad do stuff when you were younger? Like, did he take you to things that would have been charity-based?
Yeah, not too often because we were busy with hockey, but he was actually very involved in a lot of charity ideas back in Los Angeles.
Right.
Very involved. So he's had plenty of experience and plenty of ideas that we try and bring it down to Dallas.
What does that make? How does that make you feel?
Well, it's nice for one to do something with the credibility of what we do here in Dallas, to be able to start programs and GR Heroes, the Toy Drive, visiting the hospitals and everything. It's definitely humbling and exciting to do that. Also having my parents, living with me too, so they create new ideas and run it by me, and we're able to create fun experiences for the kids.
It just seems like a nice thing to have as far as discussion point one, and then two, to see some of the people that you're helping.
Yeah, with the COVID, it's starting to open up a lot more this year. So we've had small instances last year, but not too much. And it's great to do that.
And then the NHL celebrating Asian Culture Pacific Island Month. We've talked to you about it before, but how important is it to you to be that role model?
Yeah, well, there are not many Asian American Pacific Islander representatives in the NHL, so definitely it's a big responsibility for me to be able to do that every year. This month it's been the same, and
that is funny. I think for you, a month doesn't make a difference. It's
always the same. It's always a responsibility to be a good role model and an idol for these kids looking up. And now we have a month to celebrate it, but every day of every year, it's a big responsibility for me to be a good person on and off the ice, try to be a good professional, and have these kids look up to me.
And then how about this game forward? Obviously, a lot on the line.
Yeah, we just got to have a good response from last game.
You did in Minnesota. Did that set the table? Does that tell you anything you guys need?
Yeah, well, definitely. But I don't want to say that it's gonna make it any easier knowing that we did that.
They're a different team.
It's definitely a different team, different atmosphere, and I'm sure they know that too. If you look back, okay, well, Dallas went down 2-1, and now they think that they can come back. So we got to step it up a notch from last time we were in this position, and be ready to go tonight.
So I would call him game time, but looks good.
Since we're not allowed to go around Miro, just what is his cage like? What is his thing like? Is it different than what Luke had? And do these things differ?
No, it's pretty similar. He's got a bad cut that will protect with a bubble, but other than that, there's nothing else.
So like those things, they're all kind of consistent.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and he's worn one his whole life growing up and in junior and world juniors, so it's not a big issue.
This decision to reassemble the top line, just what goes into that?
Yeah. I think obviously, great track record as one of the best lines in the league. I think Segi went in, did a great job against Minnesota. Pav came back, scored in the first two games in this series with Domi and Marchment, so gave us the luxury of kind of spreading it out a little bit. But we obviously have lost two of the three, and we're going to go back to some combinations that we know work.
Do you think that can help Robertson in that way? Because he's only played with one line basically his entire career.
Yeah, it should, but you got to help yourself too. You can't. That's not the solution to everyone's problem. Is who I'm playing with. You gotta help yourself, and I think he's at that point where we're going to set the table for him, but you got to help yourself too.
When you look at the film from last game, what was sort of the conversations yesterday and today about here are the pressure points and here are the areas?
Yeah. A strange game. We got through the first on the road. I thought we were okay. Early in the second, Jamie Benn gets a grade A. I think whoever gets that first goal is real important. They go down the other end, and the fluke goal, we're actually inside. Everybody hits Miro in the face, and the guy ends up alone at the net. So they get the first goal, and then it really snowballed quickly on us after that. But I didn't feel it was as bad as the score indicated, and I thought there was opportunity for us there to do a little more. Having said that, we didn't do enough to win, and we got to fix that tonight.
Because of the success that top line with Pavelski with them had and has had, was a change like this kind of inevitable unless you guys ripped off 16 straight games?
Yeah, I don't know if inevitable is the right word, but I think yeah, probably. Over a long run, we knew we were probably, you'd probably end up back with those combinations at some point. You'd be crazy not to. So, it was a nice luxury to have to spread them out a little bit for a couple games, and it worked. We had maybe our best game of the playoffs in game 2, this series. So, but, I think guys are excited about, those guys are excited about getting back together. I think the other guys are excited about their new combination.
If I'm not mistaken, Ty wasn't out there or anything?
He's dealing with a flu, so back at the hotel. Linda,
Yes, hi Pete.
how you doing?
Great, thanks, good to be here. Jake Oettinger, what is it about him that has made him so great after a loss this year?
Yeah, he's got that mental toughness and resolve that I think all great goalies have. You look at Vasilevsky's record after losses. I think that's really important. To have that, to stop the bleeding, so to speak. So I think he takes it personally, and he's been lights out in that situation. In my time here.
With Miller on the versus Hanley, is that more of an opposition thing? Is that a player himself thing? Was Minnesota a better fit for Hanley?
You know what? I think it's a play situation. I don't think it's necessarily an opposition. I think it's how you're playing. I thought Millsy struggled early in that series. Hanley's a great calming, consistent presence in there. He has a consistency to his game. It wasn't the first time we did it all year. We allowed Millsy to kind of reset, and he's come back, and I think he's been good and getting better every game. So, that's something you're just using your depth to try and, help the team and reset some guys if they need it.
You got a chance in the room to get a pretty good look at Miro's cut, and
Yeah.
Jake even used the phrase that it blew his cheek up. Is there any detail you can provide about kind of what actually happened there and how bad the laceration really is?
Yeah, not really. I mean, you see it. It's ugly. I think. There's not much more to say than that. Thank God there wasn't more damage, and luckily he's a tough kid.